But don't worry, folks, though it looks like we're traveling through the jaws of Monstro the whale, the very same whale that swallowed Pinocchio, we're actually transported to a magical world called Storybook Land. And of course our story begins with once upon a time, and in this case a big bad wolf whose cave is coming up on our left. He's always after those three little pigs, but luckily they live across the way in those three houses, one made of straw, one made of sticks, and one made of guaranteed wolf-proof bricks. And now our story takes a strange turn, for coming up on our left is a quaint English village that's home to Alice, where one golden afternoon she followed the white rabbit down the rabbit hole and fell down, down, down into Wonderland, where things became curiouser and curiouser from there. Storybook Land is full of enchanting places created to inspire storytellers. Places like London Park, over which Peter Pan, Michael, John, and Wendy Darling first flew with a little help from Tinkerbell's pixie dust on their way to Neverland, where they would never ever have to grow up. And places like Agrabah, city of mystery and enchantment, where a street rat named Aladdin first bumped into Princess Jasmine in the marketplace and stole her heart. Though they came from two different worlds, through the power of love and the help of the genie, they were soon married and now live happily in the Sultan's palace. These magical places in Storybook Land are where love shines, just like the twinkling lights on the archways above. The very same archways which Princess Jasmine and Aladdin flew over, sideways, and under on their magic carpet ride to a whole new world. While all good stories are filled with love and light, they also have their dark places as well. Places of mystery like the Cave of Wonders just ahead. Its treasure bears a curse that can only be lifted by the genie of the lamp. Legend has it whoever sets the genie free will be granted 3 wishes. Snow White wished for a safe place when she fled the evil queen and came upon the cozy cottage on our right. It's home to the 7 dwarves who offered her shelter and thanks for her kindness. If you look closely, you can even see their mine and hear them whistle while they work. And Cinderella wished to go to the ball, but her wicked stepmother forbade it, leaving her behind in the Blue Roof Chateau on our left. Her fairy godmother granted her wish, but when she didn't return home by midnight, her coach turned back into a pumpkin, which is still up on the bridge. But while magic has its limits, thankfully true love does not, and Cinderella and her prince now live happily in the castle on top of the hill. Dreams can come true, and like wishes, they're an important part of our storytelling. Whether it's dreams of a happily ever after, or dreams of drifting off to sleep on hills of wilted flowers, like those on our left, which were inspired by the 1933 Silly Symphony cartoon Lullaby Land. There's magic everywhere here in Storybook Land, even in the miniature plants, which will never ever grow up thanks to enchantment from Tinkerbell. This is one of the many things that made Storybook Land a favorite place of master storyteller Walt Disney, and continues to inspire new stories to this day. Stories like The Wind in the Willows, with Mole, Rat, and Mr. Toad, whose stately manner is coming up on our left. But sorry folks, J. Thaddeus Toad isn't home right now, as he's off in his motor car on a wild ride to nowhere in particular. And stories of magic, like that of Arendelle beneath the frozen mountain tops. When Queen Elsa fled to the icy palace atop the fjord, her sister Anna refused to let her go. That act of true love showed that family can weather even the harshest of snowstorms, and allowed Princess Anna to ask once again, do you want to build a snowman? And in the Alpine village ahead, a woodcarver named Geppetto wished upon a star for his wooden puppet to become a real boy. When Pinocchio saved him from the belly of a whale, the blue fairy granted that wish. Geppetto's wish is like that in many fairy tales, just like a little mermaid named Ariel, whose wish led her to follow Prince Eric to the castle coming up on our right. It inspired her to leave her life under the sea, take her first steps on unsteady legs, and finally become a part of our world. Her story started in the shadow of her father, King Triton, who lives in the underwater city of Atlantica on our left, and spilled out as all good stories do into a happily ever after. As we turn the final pages of our book and approach the dock, please ensure your hands, arms, and fingers are completely inside the boat. Please remain seated until I count to 3 when we will all stand together so nobody goes under the sea. On behalf of all of our storytellers, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the canal today. We hope you enjoy the rest of your stay here at Walt Disney's original Magic Kingdom.